G'day, Lemon Eating Cow here. Today I am back with another Dragon's Dogma 2 video. This time I'm going to be showing you where to find the Medusa, how to get her head, how to get a bow that gives you 4 times experience, and how to use her head to one-shot any enemy in the game. Now I felt compelled to make this guide because I've seen quite a few other guides that have said that you have to use a specific vocation and a specific weapon, but that's not actually true. You can use many different vocations, and as long as you have the lightning affinity or the lightning enchantment, then this is really quite easy. In order to get this boon or affinity, then you're going to need to have a mage in your party. Now this is pretty easy to find if you head over to the Rift and go to Advanced Search and search for a mage with that lightning boon skill. Next, you're going to need to choose a vocation that can use bladed weapons. Now, I've done this with the Thief, the Fighter, and also the Warrior, but I believe any vocation that can use a bladed weapon will work. A few things that you might want to grab before you head over here would definitely be something that's going to cure petrification. I usually use the panaceas because I have quite a few of them. Also, you're going to want to take some things that replenish your stamina to make this a lot more easy. And if you plan to farm the Medusa for her materials, then I would definitely take a port crystal and a few fairy stones. Once you have your party and your gear ready, we're going to head to the Batal region. And if we head to Back Batal, we're going to head southwest from here into the Worm's Blood Forest. Now this path up here is packed with enemies and they can be quite difficult once they gang up on you, so be prepared for a bit of a struggle to get up the hill. Once you do though, about a quarter of the way up, you'll see a path leading off into the Caliginous Depths. This is the layer of the Medusa, so I would recommend putting a port crystal just outside the cave here. The objective here is to get up onto the Medusa's head and use any of our bladed weapons to cut repeatedly at the head. It's important to note here that the higher health she has, the better preserved her head will be, or the more uses or use you can get out of the head that drops from Medusa. For this reason, it's a good idea to bring only the pawn that's going to buff you with that lightning affinity, or to put your pawns that are with you on weight. Make sure you're avoiding her magenta gaze, otherwise you could get paralyzed. If you do get hit by it, it will sap your stamina, so make sure you use a panacea to clean that up. Otherwise, it's just a matter of jumping on her head and hitting her head as many times as possible. Now, you can do this without the lightning affinity, but it did take me a very long time. And by the time I got her down enough or hit her enough, I actually had taken off quite a few life bars, so the head wasn't as good if I had been using it with the lightning affinity. The lightning affinity definitely reduces the amount of time you need to cut off the head here. Now you can see in the clips in the background that I was able to actually do this with a Thief, a Fighter, and a Warrior as well. Once you've done enough damage to the head, it will pop off and it will instantly kill her. Along with that, you will get a few achievements for doing this as well. And the first time I defeated her, I actually got her bow as well. Now the special effect of this bow will give you 4 times or 400% the experience when you land the killing blow with this particular bow equipped. Search around the body and you will find the head of the Medusa. Now the best one here is the perfectly preserved Medusa head. This one will last the longest and you will get the most use out of it. But just be warned that these heads do deteriorate very, very quickly. So if you're not going to be using them, make sure you store them away in your storage. In order to use these items, we just simply equip them from our item menu. And once we've done that, we can come back down to the item and then click on Brandish. Brandishing this in front of any foe will petrify it in seconds. Now this does work for story bosses and pretty much any character or enemy in the entire game. Medusa is definitely farmable. She will respawn every 7 days, so that is why it's important to set up that port crystal. What I usually do is knock her off and then I teleport back to Vernworth, sleep for 7 days, grab my fairy crystals that do restock at the shop, and then I come back here and rinse and repeat the process. If you wanted to snag another achievement here, you can come back with the preserved Medusa head and use it on Medusa herself to turn her back into stone. Or you could come back here as a fighter with the Daughter of the Evening shield equipped that you can pick up in Vernworth Vault and then use it to block and reflect her gaze back upon herself. So that is pretty much all you will need to know about the Medusa and how to get her head. If you got any comments or suggestions or a way to streamline this process, then leave it down below. If you like this video, then please leave a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. This has been Lemon Eating Cow. Moo!